be honest, it's been a while since we've gotten a proper Dead or Alive game, and no, those volleyball games don't count. But this year marks the 15th anniversary of the franchise, and Team Ninja is celebrating with a brand new 3DS game, Dead or Alive Dimensions. This is actually the first time a Dead or Alive game has been on a Nintendo system, and it's a great starting point for anyone new to the series. Despite some weird decisions with the presentation, this is a beautiful and fun game that fighter fans should make it a point to check out. Dead or Alive Dimensions is a love letter to the franchise. Its main story mode, dubbed Chronicle Mode, actually attempts to tie together 15 years worth of DOA lore and legend. If you think this sounds like a mess, well, you're not exactly wrong. Like most fighting games, the story is incoherent, but I did enjoy the cheesy fun. It's debatable if some of the cheese is intentional or not, but whatever, it's still fun regardless. My big problem is how some of the cutscenes are handled. Normally, cutscenes are animated, but every now and then the characters will randomly remain static while the audio continues. This seems to be a stylistic choice, but it's incredibly jarring, and I didn't care for it at all.
What?
Much like in Super Street Fighter 4 3D, you can use the touchscreen to select combos rather than pressing the correct chain of commands. While it's useful as a quick reference guide, it's not really usable during a fight. The layout and button size make it difficult to execute moves on the fly. I have very small fingers, and it was difficult for me to quickly and accurately select these moves, so anyone with normal to large hands is just out of luck. However, the good news is that the rest of the game looks awesome. These graphics are beautiful and some of the best on the system. Characters look great, and the fighting is fast and fluid. The 3D effect doesn't impact gameplay much, but does look nice. People will enjoy seeing a ninja hand or, certain other character assets jumping out at them. Smashing people through different parts of the stage also looks great. And when you get right down to it, smashing people through walls is always fun. If you're unfamiliar with the series, Dead or Alive is a 3D fighter with action that largely takes place on a 2D plane. Controls are pretty simple. There are two main attack buttons, you can guard and you can throw. This setup fits really well with the 3DS's control scheme, and it's very intuitive to chain combos together. However, Dead or Alive's main hook is its counter system. It takes a little finesse, but most of your opponent's moves can be countered. While not quite as nuanced as something like Street Fighter, there's still a lot of depth to be found here, and it'll take a while to master. Chronicle Mode does a great job of showing you the ropes, so you'll be chaining and countering in no time. This game has a ton of modes. In addition to Chronicle Mode, there's also a Tag Challenge, where you team up with another character, either computer or human, and a Survival Mode where you have to last against a non-stop stream of combatants. Then, you also have the usual assortment of training, arcade, and free-to-play modes, and, of course, online and local multiplayer. Unfortunately, there's no download play option, so your friend will have to own a copy of the game to play with you. Finally, there's a Street Pass mode, in which you can battle people you've met via Street Pass. It's a little silly, but still fun to mess around with. And, if you're looking for replay value, there are also a ton of figurines to collect and take 3D pictures of. Dead or Alive Dimensions is a solid fighter with lots to do. Although the story is incoherent and some of the cutscenes are jarring, it's still great to see Dead or Alive on Nintendo's new handheld. For more info on the game, be sure to head on over to IGN.com.